The apple-orange trade tale in the lush lands of Appletown and Orangecity, two very different fruits ruled the markets. Appletown had many clever apples, but not many oranges. Orangecity, on the other hand, grew loads of juicy oranges, but hardly any apples. The apples of Appletown loved eating oranges, but since their land barely grew any, they had to get their oranges from Orangecity. Luckily, Orangecity had so many oranges, they sold them for a very low price. So, the apples happily bought oranges from Orangecity. When apples from Appletown buy fruits from Orangecity, this is called importing. And when oranges from Orangecity get sent to Appletown, that's called exporting. Everyone was happy. Apples got delicious oranges cheaply. Orange growers made money. Life was sweet. But then, the Appletown government decided to add a new rule. They put a tariff on all oranges coming from Orangecity. What's a tariff? Think of it as a kind of fruit tax. A little extra money apples had to pay every time they bought oranges from Orangecity, like a delivery fee. But for fruit crossing borders, how tariffs work. Tariffs can be a fixed amount, or a percentage. Appletown chose the percentage method. They called it the apple VAT to sound fancy. Even the ripeness of oranges mattered. Ripe oranges might have a higher apple VAT than unripe ones, because bureaucracy is everywhere, even in fruit. Trade terms. If Appletown didn't charge tariffs, that's called free trade. If Appletown sells more apples to Orangecity than it buys oranges, it's a trade surplus. If Appletown buys more oranges than it sells apples, it's a trade deficit. What happened after the tariff? Oranges got more expensive in Appletown. Local fruit shops started cheering because now their own apples and dried orange slices had less competition. But the downside? Orange lovers had to either pay more for tasty imported oranges or settle for the less juicy local orange substitutes. Appletown government made more money from the tariffs, but apples got grumpy. Orangecity didn't like it either, so they slapped tariffs on some Appletown apple products in return. This back and forth is called a fruit trade war. Why do governments do this? Maybe Appletown wanted to protect its local orange growers, even if they didn't grow many oranges, or if the oranges weren't as sweet. Maybe they were jealous of Orangecity's juicy fruit trade success and wanted to slow them down. Maybe tariffs were a bargaining chip for bigger fruit politics. Or maybe, simply, the government wanted more money. But tariffs have a cost. Some small apple shops rely on oranges for their fruit salads and desserts. Higher orange prices mean less customers and more stress for apple sellers. Big fruit corporations might handle tariffs better, but tiny apples stands risk going out of business. Sometimes the fruit you look forward to might get delayed or become too expensive because of sudden tariffs. What about the future? How do you tariff digital fruits, like e-fruit art or virtual orange juice? Some governments even tax fruit products based on how much pollution they cause, called environmental tariffs to protect the forest where apples and oranges grow. The Great Fruit War, this actually happened once. In the 1990s, the European apples gave special discounts on orange tariffs to their Caribbean fruit friends. But the American apples felt left out and got mad. They imposed tariffs on European apples' other products, leading to a fruit trade war lasting nearly 20 years. Eventually, all apples and oranges agreed to fair tariffs, so everyone could enjoy sweet trade again. Thanks for listening to the Apple-Orange Trade Tale. Remember, when it comes to fruit and money, teamwork makes the orchard thrive.